I have a small presentation on behalf of the Controller General of Accounts. It is on the Central Plan Monitoring System. It is a scheme which we have, which is a planning commission scheme which we have initiated since 1st of April 2008. Essentially, the idea is to monitor disbursements and fund utilization of the plans. Plan schemes have socio-economic objectives which the Government of India considers important. There are plan schemes in different sectors. I am sure most of you are aware of some of the more popular and bigger ones like NREGA and Sarsiksha Abhiyan. It is estimated that there is the fund flow, approximate fund flow under these schemes is to the tune of 200,000 crores, 50% of which is supposed to be in the pipeline. Meaning there is a difference between the point of disbursement and its ultimate spending at the implementing agency level. These schemes, these 1,000-odd schemes, differ in scheme design. They differ also in their implementation hierarchy, meaning they being in the nature of additional central assistance to the provincial governments, to the state governments, are implemented sometimes at the state level, sometimes at the state, district and the village level, or sometimes at the state and district only at the district level. So this implementation hierarchy and the associated fund flow, they have a different funding pattern also. Some of them are 100% centrally sponsored, some of them have a state share which goes in. Given the kind of variations which are there in these schemes, they have not always been amenable to a centralized database, a centralized information management system, which is the reason why there has been, despite the fact that there are some standalone systems, the lack of a common platform on which the funding and the fund utilization under these schemes can be monitored. This is a brief background for the Central Plan Scheme Monitoring System. It has, needless to say, it has been in public domain. The discourse has been very pointed, especially at the level of the Planning Commission. Even the academic discourse on implementation of social welfare programs has been pointing out that about this lack of information. The scheme was announced last year during the budget. The Finance Minister made an announcement about the institution of this scheme. It has also found mention in the 11th Plan document and in the 2nd Administrative Reforms Commission. So it is becoming more and more important in a time when the government over the last 2 decades has been emphasizing increased allocation for the social sector. These are some of the objectives with which the scheme was instituted. The idea was to have an appropriate management information system and in turn a decision support system for the plan schemes, to have an idea of the pattern and the speed of expenditure at the implementing agencies level. I said there is a gap, not only in terms of time, but also in terms of the quantity of money that is released by the central government and is ultimately spent by the local government. The idea is also to build in appropriate safeguards in terms of concurrent program evaluation of these plan schemes, have effective bank reconciliation at all the levels. Overall, the objective somewhere is to increase the transparency and accountability which is associated with plan scheme implementation. Since the scheme started last year, these are some of the achievements that have been possible. We now have a centralized information, and believe me, this surprised me when I joined the project around a year back, that we don't have a centralized repository of information on plan schemes. There are no clear answers on even the number of schemes that exist and about the implementing agencies. The system now instituted tracks all the plan sanctions that are issued by the union ministries through a sanction ID which is created, which identifies the scheme and the agency in terms of its geographical location. We are moving towards creating a centralized database for all implementing agencies that are receiving funds from the Government of India. And this agency registration has become mandatory from this year, wherein any recipient agency has to first register on the portal before they can access the funds which are coming under these plan schemes. The step forward is to be able to move funds directly to the agencies by passing the various implementing hierarchies. We did a pilot last year on fund utilization, essentially reporting on expenditure from the implementing agency level from Karnataka and Punjab. We did it for two schemes. One was the National Child Labour Project and the second was the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. This year the plan is to roll out this expenditure filing to other schemes and to 4 states of the country. The idea is essentially to capture component-wise expenditure under these plan schemes, have a robust MIS which will include a bank reconciliation which is done on a daily basis. Ramki, I will not be. I'll answer your question now. Somewhere the problem, or not the problem, the issue is given the structure of the government, the federal, the state level, the local government, and given the fact that there is a considerable amount of fiscal decentralization that has taken place. These are separate compartments, both in terms of budget and its reporting, from the national level to the state level to the local government. So there are issues of not transgressing these delegations or decentralizations that have taken place. So to that extent, one has to be this any kind of centralized management system or an enterprise approach has to be cognizant of this factor. On the other hand, probably the central plan scheme monitoring system gives an opportunity, because as I said, there are funds flowing from the central government through the national budget. Some of them are going through the treasury route, which are being monitored by the state AGs. Some are going through what is popularly called the society route, where autonomous implementing agencies are created as per the scheme procedural guidelines, and they implement the schemes. So there is this central plan monitoring system provides probably that kind of an integration which can take place. But it would still not be what you would understand by an enterprise approach.
That's something which possibly is going to be taking quite some time.
Yeah. I would also briefly want to comment on the distinction that you made in your opening remarks. And probably I got it right. You distinguished between what you called an incremental approach and a transformational approach. There are more experienced people who have had with the government, who have had considerable amount of experience with IT initiatives. I think given the canvas of the government, the scope of its coverage, it is very, very difficult to have a transformation. Which is not like building around the airport. There are existing systems. Even when we are doing plan scheme monitoring, there are existing systems which are fairly robust and established. NREGA is an example, NRHM is an example. So when we are trying to create a common platform, we will have to build it gradually. I was associated with the Old Task project. Now we feel it is probably stabilized. It has taken a considerable amount of time. I say it has to be incremental also because of there are immense variations between the technological infrastructure that exists at block level, village level, district level. Somewhere the plan scheme monitoring system would want to ride on developments taking place through the National E-Governance Plan, through the penetration of the core banking solution, the agenda of the government in terms of financial inclusion, and the implementation of core banking solutions by cooperative banks, by rural banks, would probably make these things much faster, but it has to be an incremental approach. We are looking at people in villages, schools, districts who have varying amount of capacities. Even in central ministries, there are differing capacities. So it is a altogether different ball game.
Different scale you're talking.
Yeah, and it is not, to an extent, it's not a fresh, clean slate that you get. So there are issues with going in for a transformational approach. An incremental approach, mind you, can be transformational as well. I have to leave, and I think Ramki also has pointed out, if you have any questions.
There's anybody who has a very specific question for Mr. Tripathi, please raise that, because he would miss the flight if he doesn't leave immediately. If not, I think I'll need to thank you and thank you for answering my question also. And we will move on to the